Welcome to Motoring Monday for November 30th, 2015. I'm Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. Today's a very special Motoring Monday. We're going to catch you up on all the latest news and information having to do with the Volkswagen TDI scandal, also known as Dieselgate. Now, I'll be honest with you folks, I hate that term, but it is what it is. So that said, to bring you up to speed, the list of vehicles has widened considerably. Fixes are starting to come in for some, and Volkswagen and Audi, they're actually handing out cash to customers to keep them happy until their car gets fixed. All of that and more is coming right up. We'll start with the biggest news first, which is that an additional 10,000 vehicles from Volkswagen, Porsche, and Audi with a 3-liter V6 has been added to the list by the EPA and CARB for having alleged smog equipment defeat devices. Sad but true, owners of all Audi vehicles with a 3-liter V6 turbo diesel from 2013 to present, Porsche Cayenne 2014 and up, as well as the Volkswagen Touareg from 2009 to present, now face the same non-compliance debacle as owners of the 4-cylinder cars have since September. In notices issued by the EPA and CARB on November 2nd, it's alleged that these vehicles have an alternate software mode which allows the vehicle to emit some 9 times more nitrogen oxide, or NOx, when it isn't being dyno tested. The EPA says that exactly 1 second after the computer detects the emission test to be complete, it switches to what they refer to as a normal mode that has emissions levels that simply don't comply. It's a situation very similar to that which the 4-cylinder models have been blackmarked for. Volkswagen AG has issued a stop sale order for all affected models, both new and certified used vehicles. The affected vehicles shown on your screen are a wider listing than what the EPA and CARB has specified their notice of non-compliance, but given they're all running the same equipment, they're all affected. Consumer websites for all 3 brands state that they're working diligently on a fix for that 3-liter V6, but there's no further information available at this time. Now, if you own a 2-liter vehicle, there's no fix announced for North America yet, but in Europe, they're proposing a fix that's raising some eyebrows. The fix for some TDI-equipped cars in Germany, which have suffered the same allegations, is a combination of a new software patch and a piece of hardware that seems a bit dubious, if not laughable. Specifically for 1.6-liter engines, a plastic tube called a flow transformer will be added to the air intake box just ahead of the mass airflow sensor. The seemingly benign piece of plastic is said to stabilize the airflow and therefore provide more precise air metering. Volkswagen claims the fix will not affect fuel economy for the owners in Germany where they're proposing it, and assures the government it'll help make the cars meet emission standards. Best of all, it's cheap and easy to install. Well, as it turns out, the Tornado from J.C. Whitney's been the fix all along. If that's true, this story's only gotten that much more nuts. I doubt the fix is really going to be that simple here in North America, where the EPA is tasting blood. Now, when it comes to a fix, we don't have one yet, and we're not going to have one till after the first of the year, so sources say. But that said, in the meantime, Volkswagen and Audi, they're handing out cash to their owners to keep them at bay. With $1,000 in hand, Volkswagen and Audi hope to keep their 2-liter customers from going completely bonkers on them while they wait for their cars to be fixed. The Goodwill package from both brands includes a $500 gift card to be used for anything and a $500 dealer cash card. The latter can be used at your parts and service department for things like that 60,000-mile service, of which it'll only take a bite out of. You can also presumably use the card towards the purchase of a new vehicle. Owners can go to both the VW or the Audi websites to get more information on that Goodwill package, see if they're eligible, and apply for that. Now, the V6 owners, they've not yet been added to the program, but I bet they will before too long. And that really does bring us to what's next. What about the 2016 TDI models? When will they be available? Those are all good questions. When the scandal first broke, Volkswagen said this matter shouldn't affect 2016 models, even though they voluntarily put a stop sale on them. But since then, the term TDI has quite literally disappeared from all 3 of their brands' websites. If you search VW, Porsche, or Audi models, there are no TDIs for 2016 even listed. They don't exist. And when you take into account Volkswagen withdrew their applications for compliance with the EPA for these vehicles, it doesn't bode well for their return anytime soon. In fact, if you look at their statements and actions since this all began, it's clear that their long-term shift is going toward electrification. Volkswagen already said as much last month, saying it would accelerate hybrid and electric car development. At the LA Auto Show, their highlight concept car was a high-performance plug-in hybrid. Audi too played their hand at the LA Auto Show, saying that by 2025, some 25% of all sales will be electric-powered vehicles. Well, looks like somebody had a wake-up call, doesn't it? Now, I'm not an advocate for an all-electric car future. In fact, I've been a fan of these diesel cars for some time, even owned some. But the fact of the matter is, it looks like Volkswagen burned their hand at the stove here, and they might be using the microwave a little more often going forward. That's it for our report today, but please click on the link right here and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We test drive 1, sometimes 2 cars every single week, plus we have a new video almost every single day. And most important, we're going to have a lot more news on this going down the road. You can also follow us on the Google, Twitter, and that Facebook by clicking on the links down below or up on our website if you happen to be there. That's testdriven.tv. I am Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. I hope you enjoyed the ride.